All right, so this is a budget Concept 2 rower, professional grade resistance. Don't have to plug this in, and it's a space saving design. Could this MERACH NovaRow R50 be right for you guys in your home gym? Let's see and find out. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, guys, so in today's video, we're going to cover some cardio equipment. Your boy has not done cardio equipment, well, a lot on this channel. Why have I not done a lot of cardio on this channel? Well, it's because it's not something that I traditionally do a lot in my training, but it is something that you New Year's resolutioners out there, I do it too, and I'm guilty of it, is I wanted to do more cardio before my workouts or on my off days as I get older. Cardiovascular health is very important. So getting something like this in the home gym can help with that. So personally, rowing for me is not something that I personally do for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. It's something that I personally like to do as kind of like to warm up my body, just to kind of get me going before I go lift. Or on my off days, I can do this for maybe 5 to 10 minutes and then hop on the treadmill here. But it's not something that I personally am putting a ton of time into. But I know how important and a full body workout rowing is. So I was very blessed when they reached out. And I'm like, yeah, I'll review something like this. I have only done one rower in the past. I'm going to tell you right now, it was not even close to the quality of this, and the price was not totally off. So first of all, let's talk about this. Looks like a Concept 2 rower. If I personally use one, I have in commercial gyms, and one by my house actually has multiple. They're all over Facebook Marketplace, and that's like the standard when it comes to buying a rower. You look at that brand, but what they've done here is pretty much mimicked that Concept 2 and cut the price in half. And just kind of looking at this machine and giving you just some specs and how this works is you have your cushion seat here that glides up and down, which, I mean, it's actually pretty comfortable. You know, it's decent amount of thickness too, and sweat resistance. So if you're sweat, you can just wipe this off. So that's nice to have. And then as you go up here too, you got your straps here to strap you in. And I like that they have multiple different adjustments, so you can adjust this to, you know, how big your foot is. So I have size 12 feet. So I have this where I have it on, looks like 2, 3, it's like 6 notches here that comes off the top on each side. So I'm able to snugly put my feet in. And then you have your straps here to strap you in. It's important for safety concern and just overall experience that you have the safety straps here as tight as they can be, so you're able to get the best experience when you are rowing. And then as we kind of glide up here, they have their ergonomic handle here. So obviously you hold on to this and you're able to do your row back and forth. Again, it's, I think as someone does not do a lot of cardio, I am not looking, I would never buy anything for $1,000 for cardio. Personally, as I'm sitting here on a fancy treadmill, but that's why when I say rower, you know, it's not something I do a lot. If I ever prefer cardio, again, this is more of my style, is a treadmill because I use it a lot. But rowing, this is something that stands out to a lot of people because it's not, you know, very expensive, and it'll do the job. So as we keep coming across the machine here, right here, you have as your monitor, which I can reset it. Whereas you have, you know, your set your mode and your reset. So you can set it to whatever mode you want, like manual. And then from there, so I want to say it's at level 6 manual. And then you can and then you can get your resistance to wherever you want it. And then if I were just to hop on here, I'm not going to row right now, but just kind of how it works. Once you start, the monitor will come on, and then it tracks as you got your time, you got your distance, you got your calories, you got your SPM, and you got your strokes and your pulse. A lot of different things that the monitor shows. Now, one thing I want to mention too is, thankfully I have the lights on in here, but if it's a lot more dim and just in wherever you're putting this, it can be very hard to see. Right now, because I have my light on since I'm making the video, I can see this thing perfectly on the screen when I'm doing my rows and my rowing experience, but that is something too, it is dimmer, but it does adjust too, so it can go up and down depending on, you know, body types and just overall what fits best for you, so you can see and track this. And also to note too is you have this a spot right here you can put your phone on. if you're going to be using the app, which MERACH does offer an app with this rower and all of their different cardio equipment. The app is nice. You know, the free version is nice because there are some classes and you can just do free training. There is a map, so it looks like you're rowing in Europe, or, you know, the 3D model maps are pretty cool, so it feels like you're getting a full experience, like you're in the lake or the ocean or wherever you're at. I think that's pretty cool. And just the app too, it can log your different, you know, workouts you do so that you're staying consistent. You know, like me, where I want to be using this a couple times a week, the app is nice to just log it so you know where you're at with your progress. All right, so where all the magic happens is when you're coming up here is, first of all, there are 32 blades in this, so that when you're rowing, those 32 blades are obviously spinning, so you get a nice little breeze when you're doing your different, you know, rowing with your different resistance. Which, to cover that again, there are 10 different resistance on this dial here, going from 1 all the way to 10. Your boy can try 10 and he feels like he's gonna puke after 2 minutes, so we like to kind of go down more to the lower end so that, you know, I don't hate doing this, and I do want to keep this for a long time because I want to do more cardio. Like I said, that's the goal, baby. That's always the goal. Let me know in the comments if you like to row, or let me know in the comments your thoughts on cardio. But it says this has up to 110 pounds of resistance, which that's a lot. And if you're doing that for a few minutes, that is a full body workout. You are gassed, which, I mean, listen, they say it's professional grade. And they also have is this chain here. So here's your chain that you use, that obviously as you're doing it, it's got those fans in there spinning as you're doing your workout. And overall too, I think a couple things to note is obviously assembly of this thing was for me, God, you guys, your boy is so dumb. I had these, so I have the wheels were on backwards, and for like an hour I'm like, dude, what is going on? I'm not showing you clips of this because I'm absolutely embarrassed. So anyone out there who is pretty intelligent, or just anybody, honestly, should take you like 10 minutes to put this together. Comes in a pack with your screws, and then you screw it on, and then you got your wheels down there, which this can be folded away. You know, this part comes off and this part can come off too. You can store this out of the way. If you're putting this in your gym, it's nice to know you can just put it against the wall and then put it back together when you're not using it. Keep in mind when you're doing this, guys, they say from 311 to 610, you can use this machine. Honestly, it's pretty long. It takes up, you know, almost most of my room. I think my room in here is a 12 by 10. So it takes up a lot of space, can hold up to 350 pounds. So as long as your boy's not eating more Big Macs, he should be okay. We got a little bit of time. So that's something to know. Again, the whole machine is made of alloy steel. I want to say, again, not a mechanical engineer here. So just kind of breaking down the machine, all the parts, the specs, the features, the assembly process. It's a pretty good experience for me. Let's just talk about, you know, using it and rowing, how it feels, and then we can go from the end with pros and cons. So just giving you guys a live experience of using this. Now I have it at the lowest setting because obviously, you know, we don't want anyone to know that I am extremely out of shape. Obviously kidding, you know, but still, if you hop on this and we just reset it. So I'm going to reset this and get it to where I need it to be. Again, you can have your app going too, but obviously I use my phone to record, so I can't have that up here. So let's set it to, it's at 1, and then we're just ready to go. Whew. Now I hope you guys enjoyed that ASMR experience. I think when it comes to getting a rower, getting a machine, you want to first you want to make sure it has decent amount of resistance. You want to make sure that, you know, it's a pretty well-built, stable machine. You know, you could probably see when I was doing it, obviously for those few seconds, it shakes a little bit. Because guys, I have this on carpet. It's meant to, obviously, you put a horse stall mat or something like that. That's something down the line that I would probably do, but you know, I'm not too worried about it. If I were to do this for 5 minutes, which I've done numerous times for you guys, it's going to tip over, and it hasn't yet. That's probably something to keep in mind. I just think when it comes to cardio equipment, you know, I guess the main pro of something like this, it's very affordable. It's going to do the job for you. And I think that's the main thing is affordability, going to do the job, and you're going to be able to use it to your needs, which for someone like me who is an outsider coming in, if I were never reviewing equipment, and I saw a lot of reviews on this, knowing that it's a duplicate of something that's double the price, I'm like, dude, sign me up. Again, just kind of more pros. It's easily storable. You know, it's got a decent amount of resistance. It's nice that you can use the app to track it. You know, it's nice. Got your fancy phone holder here. If you wanted to watch a video or something like that, you could watch it while doing the experience of a row. And I just think too, going on and just one more time saying this is that most people are not wanting to spend thousands of dollars on a rower, especially. This makes a lot of sense for most people in the home gym. You guys support them, check out their video, and I will have the link of the product in the description. I really want you guys to let me know in the comments what you think of this MERACH NovaRow. And are you thinking like, dude, this thing seems like a steal? I'd love to know, have a conversation in the comments. Appreciate you guys checking out this video, and hopefully bring more cardio equipment reviews out there to you guys, my Luke's Garage Gym community. Thanks for sticking around. This is Luke from Luke's Garage Gym. See you guys later.